that Israel be stuck in following the tradition of men that say you don't have to follow the Most High's commandments. You ain't got to do what he say do. His rules and regulations. I will not spare them. What he said, that's why he said all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. So I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. For the Most High knoweth all them that sin against him. See, when you say you're not under the law, you saying I ain't got to follow the Most High. I ain't got to do what he say do. I ain't got to follow his rules and regulations. You sin against him. And therefore delivered he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. Hear that? For the Most High shall not deliver you. Hear that? All you high-minded thinking that you all that. You say the Most High will not deliver you because ye have sinned against him. He ain't going to deliver you because you have sinned against him. That's why we have to come back to him. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots. Hear that? The Arabs going to come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Canaanites, the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth to the wild boar, as the wild boars of the wood, like a wild pig out there in the woods. And with great power shall they come and join battle with them. I mean, they're going to be joined together. These nations are going to be joined together, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then there shall be trouble. Then these shall be troubled, Salah, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them. And in their hosts or armies shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. They shall smite one upon another, this destruction, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, meaning the ones that's in power. Because the stars, they never stop shining for where the Most High put them from the beginning. Even their own star. And blood shall be from the sword unto the belly, all the way up. And dung, men's doo-doo of men, unto the camel's brow, way up to a camel's bridle. And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon earth. People will be scared. And they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. When they see this wrath coming, trembling gonna come upon them. And then shall there come great storms from the south, and from the north, and another part from the west. And strong winds shall arise from the east, and shall open it. And the clouds which be raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred to cause fear toward the east, and west wind shall be destroyed. The great and mighty clouds shall be lifted up, full of wrath. And these clouds, look at these clouds. What the Most High said these clouds are the vehicles of the Most High. When he bring these angels to create all this wrath and destruction when you read Psalms 104 and 3. Psalms 104 and 3. Who maketh the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. So the clouds are the chariots or the angels that are within these vehicles that's going to bring the destruction upon this earth. Great and mighty are they. Listen. Verse 40. The great and mighty clouds shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the star, that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein. And they shall pour out over every high and eminent place in horrible star. In horrible star, with vengeance and wrath, fire and hail and flying swords, and many waters, that all fields may be full. You're going to bring fire, hail, and flying swords. And flying swords are missiles that's going to be shot into these last days. And many waters. You're going to raise up the water. But remember, he said he put the rainbow in the sky to remind himself that he's not going to flood the earth anymore. He's going to raise up the waters to flood them out. A lot of like he brings his tidal waves and so forth. That's part of him playing with you a little bit. But he said he's going to do this. But he's bringing fire to destroy this earth this time. As he did in the flood, it's going to be done by fire. In all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. And you're going to raise them up. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood and grass of the meadows, and their corn, all the crops, all the trees, mountains and hills going to come down as you see them just coming down. See them signs right now. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid right here in America. America's the new Babylon the Great. They shall come up, they shall come to her and besiege her. The star in all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. He told go to look at 2 Ezra 13. We tell you. In verse 8. 2 Ezra 13 and 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him, Hamashiach Yahushua, were so afraid and yet does fight. This the army, the navy, the marines, the air force of all nations. Getting together to fight Hamashiach Yahushua and the angels. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came with all their ordinances, prepared to fight him, but they got their space station up in the sky, and all the militaries is going to come together. They're going to start fighting amongst themselves and come together to fight Hamashiach Yahushua as the United Nations. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. This fire, in all ways, shapes, and forms, coming out of his mouth. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, the army, navy, marines, and air force of all these nations, which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. See? That's the end result. So what you're going to do once your Navy, your Army, your Marines, and Air Force is done? Ain't nothing but dust and smell of smoke. That's all. That's the prophecy. That's why you're going to see all these nations cleaving to us, because ain't going to be no help but to do that. Because the Most High said it's going to happen. It's going to happen. When you understand how everything is put together just like a puzzle, baby. Boom, boom. Every piece going to go right into its own formula that the Most High already have this, which is a mystery, which everything don't need to be revealed. If that was the case, then you would know. Open up this Bible and you see it. You don't want everything to be taught and everybody to know everything. Just those that really want to know and take the time to know, instead of talking about this, that, and the third. Take the time to learn about this word. Instead of talking about things in your worlds or my worlds or somebody else's world or whatever. All that time you better be trying to get as much as you can of the mysteries that you don't know. Because when I say, okay, well, what is this talking about? You better understand it. Mashiach ain't coming back, and you here, say, I've been here, how long you been in there? Oh, I've been in about 5 years, 10 years, 7 years, 15 years, and you don't know this? You don't know this? The much is given, much is required. Believe that, people. You better have some way to be able to make an explanation of what this is talking about. Don't get it twisted. Don't you think in your mind, Mashiach gonna come back, he'll teach me from the beginning. No, you better get this. You better get as much as you can while the getting is getting, because it's gonna come a time when you ain't gonna be able to get this. That's why I say study to show yourself approved unto the Most High, rightly dividing the word. Here a little and there a little. Precept upon precept, line upon line, see? It's very important. Going back to 2nd Ezra 15, verse 43. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, and make her afraid. They shall come to her, and besiege her. The star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. See? Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven. As we just read, ain't gonna be nothing but dust and smell of smoke. And all they that be about her shall bewail her. I mean, go to Revelation 18. Look at Revelation 18. We're going to look at verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Oh yeah. Prepare for yourself. Death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. Oh yeah, America. Prophesy against Babylon the Great. You think it's not this ain't real? Go to verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel that came down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. America the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, deceitful and evil people, and the hold of every foul spirit. Everything you think of that's abominable is right here. In a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. You understand? Talk about America. Verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Most High power in a Mashiach Yahushai who judges her. Listen, right here. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her, just like we just read. They're going to be crying over America and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. What they're going to be doing? Standing afar off for the fear of her torment. Remember they say every man going to have fear? They're going to stand afar off for the fear of seeing her burning. Saying, alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, great city, America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. See? And the merchants of the earth, all those that are bringing all these products on their ships and so forth to the shores of America, and the merchants of the earth shall weep. They're going to be wailing and mourning over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. See? Verse 15, the merchants of these things, all these things, you can read from 12 on down. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off, and we just read, for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city, America, that was clothed in fine linen, in purple and scarlet, royalty, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught. 1 hour, so great riches come to nothing. And every shipmaster and all the company of ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried, as we just read about, they're going to be wailing when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? What city is like unto America? And they cast dust upon their heads and cried, weeping and wailing. You hear this over and over again. Weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, O America, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour, he told you 3 times, America, in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence, not with no peace and joy and voting and marching and all this stuff, thus with violence shall that great city, America, Babylon, be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. You hear what it said? And shall be found no more at all. The voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpets shall be heard no more at all, indeed. And no craftsman or whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. This prophecy. That's what we're doing tonight. None is going to be heard no more in America. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride, the husband and the wife, shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of prophets. In America is going to be found the blood of prophets and of saints who are the 12 tribes of Israel. And of all that were slain upon the earth, landed right on your hand. Isaiah 47. Oh yeah. That's why I say when you read this New Testament, you better know from where it's coming from. Isaiah 47:1. So we see it was talking about Babylon. Come down and sit in the dust. I mean, sit at a lower estate. O virgin daughter of Babylon. Who's this talking about? The Bible answers itself, people. Go to Psalms 137. Who is this virgin daughter of Babylon? Daughter of Babylon. Let's find out. Remember, O Most High, the children of Edom. So remember the children of Edom. Most High is saying. Through the Holy Spirit that was rolling with King David. Prophesying. He said, remember, O Most High. Why Mashiach Yahushua? Because Mashiach Yahushua said in St. John 10:30, I and my Father are one. They agree. He said, remember, O Most High, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Burn it down, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon. So remember, O Most High, verse 7, the children of Edom. Who the children of Edom? O daughter of Babylon. The indigenous so-called Caucasian people. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. We just read about it. Who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall it be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Payback is something else. He that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. There's no respect of persons. See? Happy shall it be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones. As they dashed our little ones against the stones. See? So going back to Isaiah 47, now that we know that this virgin daughter of Edom was talking about the so-called white man, the virgin daughter of Babylon is talking about the so-called white man, the indigenous Caucasian, Isaiah 47. And you see how it correlates right with Revelation 18th chapter. Verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah. Thy shame shall be seen. Come on, you can't see the shame. We bringing forth all the wickedness that they do, men with men marrying each other, women with women marrying each other, a man turned into a woman turned into a man. All these different transplants you got going on. A woman can get their breasts enlarged and so forth. Madness. White women getting booties and so forth. All this stuff, man. Botox in the lips. Before you talk about our lips, big lips and big butts, now y'all want it. All this wicked. Most High made you the way he made you. Be who you are. Too late for that. All the ways. Look at your movies. Your magazine. Look at the children here in California. Boy go to school, say he's a girl. Can go into the girls' locker room, girls' shower, girl bathroom, and all that crap. A girl say she's a boy, come on. She could be a boy, change her name, ain't got to deal with the parents. That's wickedness. The vaccines having our children so they don't live a long time. Giving them this age, ADHD. Making money off our people. You just apologize for experiment on us last year. Yeah, your wickedness being exposed. All the things that you do. And you show it over and over again. You can't deny it because all you gotta do is turn on the TV. You ain't gotta go nowhere. You can stay at your home and look at wickedness all day long. Ain't gonna be that in the kingdom. That's why if you don't want a righteous kingdom, you deserve the destruction and the woe that the Most High talk about. He gonna bring on the sinners of our people. Listen, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. Hear what he said? I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. See, I ain't coming as a man. Coming as angelic spiritual power. Why do you think Reagan say we have anti-matter guns? We're matter, we're flesh. He said we have anti-matter guns because they dealing with Satan. They bow down to Satan. They got all kind of, I mean, it's going to be a galactical battle in the sky and on this earth, y'all. It's prophecy. You can't avoid it. Ain't nowhere to run. Ain't nowhere you can hide. Mashiach Yahushua say every eye in Revelation 1 and 7 gonna see him. And everybody gonna wail because of him. Everybody gonna be talking about weeping and wailing because of America. They're gonna be wailing because of him. Because he gonna destroy this place in 1 hour. He ain't, he said, what if he come and it already be kindled? Now, ain't no fire gonna be kindled. No matter how we read about how these nations gonna come together to come against her, they not gonna finish the job. Mashiach Yahushua gonna finish the job. And we just read it's gonna take 1 hour. Listen. And he say, he's gonna take vision, I'm not gonna meet you as a man. So as for our Redeemer, the Most High Mashiach Yahushua, of hosts of armies is his name. The Holy One of Israel. That's what he told him. He said, sit thou silent, say, shut up, and get thee in the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, which is Chaldeans is Babylon, Ethiopians, because they're operating under the spirit and the idols and all the things that they done in the Babylonian Empire to this day. They always copycat off of somebody. They ain't just, this ain't their own thing, you know. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. See, I was wroth with my people. So he was wroth with us. Remember, he told us he's very displeased with the heathen that are at ease. He was just a little bit angry with us. And they helped forward the affliction. Listen, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance. Who is this? The children of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel. He polluted us and given them into thine hand. He said, he gave us into your hand, so-called white man, you Edomites. Thou didst show them no mercy. Didn't show us no mercy. Prophecy here. They ain't show us no mercy. Which is not getting something that you do deserve. Upon the ancient, the old, hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Didn't care nothing about the old man. You see old man with the collar around his neck with the bars going out in slavery. Right now, old people, they don't care about the old people, especially our people, the children of Israel. And thou said, I stand a lady forever. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, to your mind, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Like we're in the last days now. This is the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this prophecy still. Thou that are given to pleasures. Remember what he said. You know, thou that are given to pleasures and dwelleth carelessly. I mean, Trump talk about building a wall across America. Shoot, everybody coming in all other parts of America. Through Canada, you know. You better stop him more so than Mexico. He's not going to do it because the fact of what it says. They dwell carelessly. That saith in thine heart, I am. See? And none else beside me. See, they say, I am. You can't deny that because that so-called white picture of Caesar Borgia in all their movies that they come out with, what color or what identity of race is a Mashiach Yahushua. They make sure that he's a European. What do they say? They say in their heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. So I got to prove that because go to St. John 8:53. Because they say I am. Now you tell me who else is it if it ain't them. I hope I don't have to pull my picture out. I pull my pictures out so many times. Hope I ain't got to pull it out. You know that picture. Every last one of y'all. You can get, you can look at the movie, any movie per se. They all passion. They all show Mashiach Yahushua as a so-called white man. All of them. St. John 8:53. They said, art thou greater than our father Abraham? That's what the Israelites asking of Mashiach Yahushua, which is dead. So Abraham dead. You think you're greater than Abraham, which is dead? And the prophets are dead. Who maketh thou thyself? Who you think you are? You know that's us. Who the hell you think you are? That's what they said. Who the hell you think you are? You think you greater than our father Abraham? Listen to what he said in verse 58. Because remember, Edom says what? I am and none else but me. Right? Verse 58, because they asked him, who you think you are? Hamashiach Yahushai. This is what he said. Verse 58. Hamashiach Yahushai said unto them, verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, before Abraham was, before Abraham was even created, I am. Uh-oh. So you gonna tell me that ain't them? Last I looked, all my life, I done seen this so-called white man up in the church, in our houses, and our people to this day have the most problem with us telling us that Caesar Borgia is not a Mashiach Yahushua, but the devil that he is. And you look up the Borgias on Showtime. Just Google it up on YouTube. The Borgias, B-O-R-G-I-A. They call them the first crime family. Your Last Supper picture that you painted, Leonardo da Vinci painted. Oh yeah, it's all in the Bible too. I'm not covering that. I've covered that many a times. That's a mystery. Something that's not known. Every Israelite in this world should be exposing that. Instant. Our people run to that picture, looking at. There's only 5 people in that picture. The Borgia family. And they call them the first crime family. That's why they're being exposed. You hear what it said? Verse 58, they asked him, who you think you are? He said, hey, verse 58. Mashiach Shai said unto them, be verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. This is who they say they are. You can't deny it because who is it? Ain't no other nation. Ain't the Arabs, ain't the East Indians, ain't the Africans, ain't the Chinese, Japanese. Nobody else but them. Going back to Isaiah 47. See? Now Mashiach Shai said he's I am. You can't make it say nothing different. So when you read in Exodus 3 and 2, it's the angel of the Most High. He's a spirit at that time. In verse 14 say, I am. That's a Mashiach Yahushua, yo. He's a spirit though. Now, Isaiah 47, all praise to the Most High. Verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thine heart, say in thy mind, I am, and none else beside me. See? I'm God. That's a European invention. Lord, that's a European invention. We said these words say Elohim for the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua and the angel. That's what it says. It don't say no God. Don't say no Lord. Say Elohim. The powers. You see, but here it is that this is what they created. That word God. I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. What they think in their heart? Oh, ain't nobody gonna touch America because we got our stealth bombers, we got our flying saucers. They got things on the left side that y'all ain't even ready for. But these 2 things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, meaning don't kill the men. That the women ain't gonna have no husbands. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. All this witchcraft and sorcery that they're doing. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. See? I mean, come on. Who is this talking about? Let's see. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. They trusted in their wickedness, right? Let's see. This is when we reach in salvation. You can read the whole thing if you want to. I'm not going to go over it. I'm just going to cover right what they're going to say as we're reaching salvation. Hallelujah. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. Hear this word. We weird ourselves in the way of wickedness. See? No different. Where we at in the Apocrypha? And destruction. Wickedness and destruction. Wherever they go, destroy. They just like hell. Everywhere they go, it says it's just like hell. They bring hell there. Bomb the people. You don't want to do what we say? Okay, we'll just bomb you. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High, as for the way of Mashiach Yahushai, this prophecy, we have not known it. See? So y'all gonna do whatever you want to do and think you're gonna reach them. That's the prophecy of the end. When reaching salvation, that's why I look at verse 2. It says, when they see it, when they see a righteous man stand in great boldness in the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. So it don't matter about, them hearing this. It's like whack, 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 whack to them. Remember it says that's for the way of the Most High, the way of Mashiach said they have not known it. Straight up. That's why the Most High said this in Isaiah 47. And it's just the truth. Whether you like it or not. You might not like me. I don't care. As long as the Most High love me. He loved Jacob. You might not like how I was coming across. Too bad. Deal with it. We didn't have to deal with it. I got to deal with it every day thinking about how you killed all of millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions. I can't even say it, so many millions of our people. The Most High say their blood is crying to him. And we was back there crying to him at one time too before he sent us back on this wicked world. Hate this world. But all we got something to look forward to. But we gonna love the world that's coming in a righteous way. Forever and ever and ever. We gonna never have to look, ain't gonna remember this place. Or no actions that's happening in this world at this time. You're going to be forgot about. Just like you never existed. All you nations as you are now. You're going to be just like the Most High while Mashiach Yahushai going to have you serve the 12 tribes of Israel. After you serving the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushai forever and ever and ever. And that's what you're doing now, so you shouldn't have no problem with it. You always went, whoever was in power, you always locked in. They said, get rid of, you never dealt with the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, so now you're going to be made. That rod of iron that the Mashiach going to make you bow down to is his laws, statute, commandments, his rules and regulations. Simple as that. In righteousness, though. Verse 11 of Isaiah 47 chapter. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it cometh. It rises. They don't know where it's coming from. There's too many ways that the Most High say he's going to deal with you that you don't know how he's going to do it. In what consecutive order. When he said, therefore shall evil come upon thee, you know that's going to happen. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises. You ain't going to know where it's coming from. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. You ain't better put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee. We done read about that. Suddenly it says. Which thou shalt not know. You ain't going to know. Stand now. Now he's going to start clowning you. This is the Most High clowning you. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, with it wherein thou hast labored from thy youth always. Palm readers and psychics and sorcery and all this stuff. If so, be thou shalt be able to profit. See if they're going to help you. If so, be thou mayest prevail. If you say you're going to prevail over what the Most High has written. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. The things you counseling on. Talking about the elite in high places. Let now the astrologers, he clowning you. Now let the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. We already know what's going to come upon you. The result, we done read about them already. Behold, they shall be as stubble. They shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. This is the end result. he's going into. They shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. See that? So, behold, they shall be as stubble. This is the end result, y'all. This is after the judgment of $1,000 years of servitude. They shall be as stubble. Who's this talking about? Obadiah, 18th verse. Obadiah 18. Let's read verse 1. The vision of Obadiah the prophet. Thus said the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob concerning Edom. Okay? Concerning Edom. Verse 18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire. Remember, we hear because we read about how it said in verse 14 of Isaiah 47, behold, they shall be as stubble. This prophecy. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it, right? So here, we look at this stubble. It says, in the fire, Obadiah 18, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame. 12 tribes of Israel, fire and flame. In the house of Esau for stubble. See? The family of Esau, the Edomites, for stubble. And they shall kindle in them, this fire gonna kindle in this stubble like a tumbleweed, and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Most High has spoken it. You see? That's the end result. That's why they even know in the Bible Compact Dictionary it says Edom. You look up Edom, the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34, 5 and 6, and Isaiah 63 and 1. We just read down and it tells you the destruction that's coming to Edom. Now, verse 15 of Isaiah 47. Because we was here because I'm saying it coincides right with Revelation 18th chapter. Listen. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants. All the ships and like we just read, the merchants going to be wailing and crying over and over again as we read in Revelation 18th chapter. From thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. Ain't nobody going to save them. That's what he's telling them. This prophecy. So, when you understand, let's go to Ezekiel 25. Ezekiel 25. We heard in Obadiah, right? Let's look what Ezekiel 25 and 12 says. Thus said the Most High power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Remember he said he was a little offended, but they helped forward the affliction. So you Edomites have dealt against the house of Judah, the head tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel, by taking vengeance. As you see them killing us, and the verdict is not guilty now, and have greatly offended. You greatly offended the Most High, and revenged himself upon them. Listen. Go back to Obadiah 10. Obadiah 10. For thy violence against my brother, thy brother, because he is our brother, Jacob, he's just our wicked brother. Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. He's telling you why. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, when they came to take us away captives, in the captivity for us breaking the laws of the Most High. And foreigners entered into his gates. They came into our land of Israel and cast lots upon Jerusalem, bid it for us. Even thou was as one of them. See? Thou was one of them. But thou shouldst not have looked on the day of thy brothers in the day that he became a stranger. They looked upon us. Neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. The children of Judah represents Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. In the day of our destruction, looked upon us in the day of our destruction. Neither should thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldst not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldst not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Taking what we had, I mean, come on. When we fell in 70 AD, that's when all these nations got rich. Tell us that in Romans 11:11 down. Neither should thou have stood in the crossway trying to block us when we running for our escape to cut off those of his that did escape. Here he is over here, giving us to the enemy as we go into captivity. Neither should thou have just delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. See? But the day of the Most High, the Mashiach is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, as you have done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. See? This is what they did. That's why he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there's no respect of persons. Thus said the Most High. They should have not, and says, the Most High is not mocked. He that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of persons. Thus said the Most High. Look at 1 Ezra 4 and 45. This is when we're in the Persian and Mede captivity. You know, all of it go together. It can go on and on and on. You name any prophets, go on and on and on and on. It's all written here. 1 Ezra 4:45. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans. When Nebuchadnezzar came and was to put us into captivity for 70 years, they burned down our places. So we couldn't come back to our place of worship and so forth. So how are you with the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua when this is your history? This is your story right here. Burned down our temples. You defiled our temples when you read 1 Maccabees, the 1st chapter, under Antiochus Epiphanes, one of your lineage. Until this day, we see what you're doing. It's evident without a shadow of a doubt. It's all here. So going back to Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus said the Most High Power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom. Do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, said the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So he's going to use his people, children of Israel, to do in Edom. Nothing can be done but as it is written. Oh yeah. Look at let's get more prophecy. Go to Amos 5. Amos the 5th chapter, the 18th verse. Amos 5 and 18. Woe means destruction to you that desire the day of the Most High. He's screaming at us. We got to be in this work. We got to be doing what we can do, that our names can be written in the book of life. To what end is it for you? What end is it for you? The day of the Most High, while Mashiach Abishai, is darkness and not light. There's going to be a whole lot of darkness when you're going to shoot them arrows into the last days of this world that we living in now. Oh yeah. It's coming. That's why I say, woe to you that desire the day of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua. He said, to what end is it for you? Where you going to be at when it happens? You going to be ready? He said, verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. See? So you look at it and say, if a man did flee from a lion, the lion of Arabians, and a bear met him, the Russians, because right now they're dealing with the Arabs. Do you see how they're dealing with the Arabs? They ain't going to have to deal with the Russians. And leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. That serpent is that dragon or who? Whose symbol is the dragon? The Chinese. The Arabs to the Russians to the Chinese. You know, Russia and China is getting together anyway. So, shall not the day of the Most High, while Mashiach shall be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? That's where it's going to be, people. So you see, as